Hey guys, Ranch here, bringing another League of Legends challenge at your commentary. This is going to be on the European Western server. Once again, I'm going to fiddle with this stuff just so it's correct, because otherwise people will be angry, annoyed. Well, more like I'll just be angry, annoyed. Everybody else probably won't really care all that much. But anyway, let's go over the teams, shall we? On the blue side, we have 760 playing Ezreal. We have Alcaffee playing Corki, Bloos playing Jarvan, senpai teLN playing Leona, and PvP Stejl playing LeBlanc. On the opposite side, we have Blazer 300 playing Orianna. There seems to be a tiny bit of lag. IV20 DoubleG playing Braum, Rüven playing Riven, DxAlchemist playing Caitlyn, and SirNukesAlot playing the Fiddlesticks. And seems like Red Team is considering an invade here, as everybody's kind of running in and hey, what can we do here?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Trying to figure out what sort of thing they can attempt to accomplish. 4 people here. Riven's actually going to go top. Ezreal and LeBlanc are out of position. Jarvan here top lane. They obviously don't see him, or else they just go for him right here. And we see that Corki and Leona actually down here trying to prevent exactly something like this from happening by going an opposite route. And we see like Orianna's actually going to go mid, and there's a TP from Fiddlesticks who's just going to go back to his own jungle. He's a little scared of running back, so he decides to go this route. Minions have spawned. He's going to go get himself his blue buff. Doesn't even need a leash. There's actually 3 versus 2 down here, so if these guys decide to go for Jarvan, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble, but seems like they're just going to leave him alone, actually. Actually going to go out here and see if they can do something aggressive. Actually just going to ward the red buff. Going to make do with that. And Corki sees him coming. He's just going to throw out a Foster's Bomb. Not going to get hit by Winter's Bite, so that's just going to set the stage. Oof, yet another nice dodge of it. There's going to be a Zenith Blade coming out from Leona, but she's going to take some damage back. Doesn't have a follow-up, a hard follow-up with her Shield of Daybreak, so she can't really get a stun off, or else it would have been a significant amount of damage. Top lane, we're going to see LeBlanc versus Riven. This could be an interesting matchup, I believe, because, well, LeBlanc is going AP, so I like that. I like LeBlanc to go AP instead of AD, because for one thing, her team would be in serious trouble if they didn't at least have one burst caster. But Riven has a lot of mobility, and she actually has a shield, so she can survive fairly well against LeBlanc's kit. And she also has some decent amount of CC, so it's going to be interesting to see how this whole lane matchup goes. Mid lane we have two super safe. Like top lane, also I want to mention, both of them are super safe in their own right. Mid lane is actually fairly safe as well. Ezreal has his Arcane Shift, as you saw, I used it right there. Orianna is also really safe. She can farm from really long range. She can use her attack and protect. She can use her command attack from range, and she can use her command protect to defend herself. So she can play very, very safely and just avoid her enemies. So that's one of her biggest advantages. Of course, also big teamfight champion. Bottom lane, we now have the Braum and the Caitlyn. Caitlyn has a range advantage, so she should actually be a little bit safer, being forced to use her net there, which is significantly safer champion. Corki does have his Valkyrie, but he's a little bit more squishy, and he doesn't have nearly as much range. So if Caitlyn utilizes her range well, she could actually come out quite ahead. We're going to see how this whole thing goes up. Jarvan has his Stalker's Blade, so I'm wondering whether he's going to try to go for a gank. Meanwhile, I'll miss top lane here. Sorry, let's jump back a little bit and see what happens. Seems like there's going to be just action here. Ooh, Riven taking a significant amount of damage. LeBlanc going for it right out of that tower. It's a bit of a mistake because Riven here has the Ignite. She goes for it. Doesn't get fooled by the clone for 1 second. Goes in and gets the first blood. And now we're going to be seeing some action bot lane. I see some damage going on all sides here, as Corki and Leona take a little bit of damage and do a little bit of damage to the Braum. We're going to see what they actually manage to stay fairly safe. Top lane, we're going to see LeBlanc actually TPing top right away. And Jarvan's going to go in for the gank here. Middle, he's going to get... knows he gets the Stalker's Blade off. Is it going to be enough? Flash is going for a Mystic Shot, missing, but there's a Flash and an Arcane Shift from Ezreal as well. Actually popping both players popping their flashes here, Ezreal and Jarvan, just to get that kill on Orianna, but that's going to give Ezreal a significant amount of just space mid to do what he wants. Bot lane, see a decent amount of harass going down on this. Caitlyn actually is taking a significant amount of harass. She has to be a little bit careful. Braum has to protect her as well. He does, of course, has his Unbreakable. So just he can keep her safe just as long as he plays well. Breakable and Stand Behind Me are actually 2 very strong abilities when put together. Very powerful defensive abilities, so he can actually keep people very safe. and we're gonna see how well it happens. It's interesting teams because basically you have Braum and Caitlyn, which are pretty much very passive lanes. Like they can play aggressively, they can harass and do a lot of damage, but it's a very passive lane because Caitlyn just wants to farm. She can harass, keep people off her backs, and just farm safely. And that's kind of what you want to do with this. Braum helps with that. He can just throw out Winter's Bites, zone people off, and just in case they play a little bit too risky, Caitlyn just follow up with range, and they can get a stun off and do a significant amount of damage, maybe even a kill. But the opposite side, you have Leona and Corki, which is just really aggressive. Now you have to be careful. You don't see the Jarvan coming. She does caliber net away, but that's going to be an easy kill. She does flash. Valkyrie coming in there to follow up, and that's just going to be too much. Not enough from Braum. He tries his best, but doesn't actually manage to save Caitlyn there. Now he's getting top lane. We're going to see a little bit of action already. LeBlanc going in on this Riven again. Is there going to be a kill? Just one more? One more. Oh, not quite enough. Oh man, no ultimate, so she couldn't mimic distortion and kill her there. But Riven's gonna be forced to back. He's actually trying to bait out a distortion. Meanwhile, there mid lane, missing all the kills here as Fiddlesticks actually comes by himself bottom. This is super risky. No ultimate. What are you doing? Braum was expecting Braum to help him out. Not in position. He's gonna drain. He's gonna be forced out of his drain. That's gonna be another kill for Corki. Last thing you want there is that top lane we saw Rüven was actually trying to bait out the distortion right here, trying to bait out some distortion goodness from LeBlanc. Knows that, hey, if she baits out distortion, I can actually maybe kill her under the tower. You got to be careful because Rüven can easily do that with all the abilities. Braum just trying to keep creeps off the tower for as long as he can with his Unbreakable, but he's going to be forced to back at this point. Nothing he can do here. Gonna use his Relic Shield just to get a little bit of healing off. Let's look at the last hitting wise. Ezreal a little bit ahead with tiny bit ahead. LeBlanc a significant amount of ahead, really utilizing, despite the fact that she gave Riven first blood, actually really utilizing her range here to make sure that Riven doesn't get any last hits, and also just forcing all the creeps into the tower. Riven just missing a lot. She does have Ignite, so she has a little bit more kill potential, but no teleport means that she just misses so much stuff. Being forced back, doesn't have her ultimate. LeBlanc now has her ultimate, so she's really going to be utilizing her Mimic to get a lot of kills, I think. It seems like Jarvan's going to want to swing around here. He doesn't have his ultimate yet, or else we would be seeing his Cataclysm being used. I'm wondering if he's going to try to catch Fiddlesticks. In fact, he doesn't have vision on him here. Braum, however, is coming in. Caitlyn by herself bottom, but he's coming in here, going to use Winter's Bite and just going to try to stun him off. As you're going to come into position here to try to follow this up. Is there going to be a Mystic Shot or anything coming out from him? Nope. Never mind. Braum did not actually decide to follow him in, so there was nothing there. Ezreal did, however, was covering Jarvan's escape very well, so everything fine. Caitlyn being forced top bot lane by herself for a little bit, but she's ahead in CS and she does have a lot of range, so as long as she doesn't get caught by a Zenith Blade, she's going to be fine. Top lane we see the Riven and the LeBlanc here still. LeBlanc so ahead, does have her Fiendish Codex, so I'm expecting her to go for Deathfire Scratch just for that additional burst. She might be going for Morel Anomicon, actually. That's what you see people go mostly in Challenger these days. See people go Morel Anomicon. Really strong. I think we're going to be seeing some people go Athene's back into the game as well, so sometimes that's also an option, despite its nerf at some point quite a few patches ago. I believe it was buffed recently again, if I remember correctly, so people should be using it all again. Let's see bottom here. See Caitlyn. Corki has a lot of a couple of kills and almost even CS, so he's definitely ahead at this point. Has his Phage and Sapphire Crystal, so it's obvious he's going to be going for us. Now we're going to see yet another gank, but they see this Fiddlesticks coming, so we're going to be safe. He doesn't have his ultimate, and there's no way they're going to dive. They have no way of diving this here. But it's going to be interesting to see how this whole team works out, because Red Team, despite the fact that Blue Team has a few kill advantages right here, what Red Team has over Blue Team is that they have quite a lot of teamfight ultimates. Like, they have Braum's Glacial Fissure, they have Crow Storm, they have Command Shockwaves, which is really powerful abilities. LeBlanc now here, top lane, going to take a little bit of damage, just stored away. Is she really just going to, she's going to take the Ignite. The Flash is going to come out, beautiful Flash out of her abilities. Oh, yeah, it's going to get her. Gonna get her. Wind Slash almost getting the kill off there, but not quite enough. Bot lane, we're gonna see some action coming off as well. Beautiful disengage from Braum, but it's gonna be enough. Gonna try to focus Exhaust coming out. I do believe Caitlyn's actually gonna go down here, trying to get as much damage off as she can. Doesn't manage to kill the Corki. Is he gonna get taken down though? Nice oof, okay, did actually flash for it. Now she's going to turn around and try to survive. Leona doesn't have any mana, so she actually doesn't have enough for a Zenith Blade. So at least they got a kill in response, but overall a little bit hectic and all over the place there. Fighting-wise, Rüven almost got the kill top lane, actually going for Ionian Boots of Lucidity. I expect her to get Brutalizer soon as well, but unfortunately just not enough. That's just the thing, Rüven can be behind and still get pretty strong, so you can't really just let her do whatever she wants. Almost hit with her Blade of the Exile, with her Blade of the Exile, I meant to say. And that would have just been nuts if she had. Yeah, and of course Wind Slash. And now we see even more action going on, and I'm just trying to pay attention to the map, what's happening. Crazy stuff. Bot lane Braum is not playing very safe at all, and now we see that the Jarvan's actually going to go and Cataclysm this Fiddlesticks. He's just going to try to drain and actually gets the kill on Jarvan while Ezreal Ultimates flies in and responds by killing the Fiddlesticks. So that's going to be a 1-for-1. Jarvan there a little bit too out of position to do anything, and Fiddle can of course just throw out all of his stuff and just stand there and drain, and he'll be fine. Seems like Riven's gonna think of gank in mid lane because this Ezreal's been allowed a little bit too much free space. He has his boo buff, so he can just pew all he wants. But when we see yet another engagement, and Corki gets another kill, but Caitlyn's almost getting herself killed. Oof, that was a very risky ace in the hole to use while just standing there, but of course with not enough attack speed. I understandable why she did that. She actually has an Empiric Scepter alongside her pickaxe, so that's interesting. She just got a little bit of sustain there. She has to be careful as Leona could just go in. She's gonna flash, get her Zenith Blade off, and kablamo! Solar Flare gets the kill off. Mid lane, we're gonna see yet another Crow Storm coming in. He's gonna flash, he's gonna heal, he's gonna Arcane Shift, he's gonna be fine. Seems like they probably didn't utilize robots. They didn't have Shockwave. If Orianna had Shockwave in that fight, that would not have happened. I do believe that she would have been just perfectly safe. But unfortunately it did happen, and that was the result. Ezreal also coming top lane, just doing a lot of damage to Orianna, to Riven, I'm sorry. Not enough to kill her, but enough to deter her from continuing to attack the tower. And just stuff still happening all over the place, as now we see Orianna dying to Jarvan. All crazy stuff. Let's look at the builds, shall we? Ezreal has his Manamune, which you see a lot of this now, especially the mid Ezreals. They go for the blue build, they go for Manamune. They follow this up with the Fist. Ooh, not quite in position to go on this Corki here. But yeah, they follow this. Ezreal builds usually follow this up with the Glacial Fist. You know what I mean? The Fist thing. Oh god, I just forget items. Sometimes they go for Triforce instead. Seems like he's actually going to be working on Triforce Longsword, and you see that he has his phage stuff going on. Top lane, let's see. LeBlanc actually did go for Morellonomicon. Has to be a little bit careful against this River. Still, she's still quite a bit ahead in CS, but she's gonna want to start. She hasn't roamed yet, and she's top lane. Haven't seen her use her TP aggressively, so oh well. We're gonna see a Brutalizer on the opposite side by Riven. Corki just trying to throw at his stuff. He doesn't have his Triforce yet. Once he has his Triforce, he's really going to hit his Power Spike top lane. We're going to see this LeBlanc be chased by Riven. She's going to get away with Distortion. He has to use Mimic there. And it's gonna get taken down by the Ignite. That's actually not enough. Bot lane, we see Jarvan is here. There is no ward, so I'm not sure if they know he's here. Blue team has to be very patient for this gank to work. Top lane LeBlanc just can't take advantage of her advantage. Quite simply put. Testing with his Winter Bite. Don't think they know that he's here, but he actually dodged the Winter's Bite there. Seems like he's actually going to be not going to be able to go in for this red team playing really safe here bottom. Let's look at this. Seems like she's going for a Chalice, so she's actually going to go for a Things and Holy Grail. And this is all happening. Blue team's turret gets taken down, while Riven being solo, I think, actually gets easily taken down by the LeBlanc. Fiddlesticks really wants a gank here bottom, wants to just go in and Crowstorm on this, but blue team are not going to go in on this. Also, with Corki this low on mana, you just don't want to attack Corki. You want Corki with high mana. You want him to be able to accomplish much. We do see the Moby boots on Leona, so thinking she's actually gonna want to gank, but diving the tower, not well. Actually, with Jarvan here, they're gonna go for it. There is a Fiddle here. Is he gonna be able to get all of his stuff off? There is a Distortion Shockwave as well. He's gonna get the kill on Jarvan, but that's gonna be it. Is Leona gonna kill? Braum appearing just in the nick of time, getting yet another kill off. They're going to respond. One more winner's bite on this Ezreal. That's going to be enough. Broken wing. Wing slash there. Getting it finished off as she has her way to the exile to follow up on that. So it was quite a decent response there. Apologies if I sound a little rusty, guys. I haven't done a commentary in over a week, and you just sort of like everything rusts up. It's kind of like playing a game. You haven't played a game of League in over a week. You're just like, what am I doing? How does this work again? Oof, Braum just like utilizing his tank and just play really aggressive. Just, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Used to stand behind me on Caitlyn just to get his ass out of there as well. Oof, gonna take a little bit of damage from Corki's though. Ooh, big one. Just Corki following this up. Phosphorus bomb. Popping the heel. Corki. Oh my god, the baits. The baits right into a crow storm. Corki's like, I can get it. I can get it. I can get it. Didn't even think for a second that I'm baiting him out. That's great. Ezreal ult comes off as Jarvan comes in though. Sometimes you have to really be careful how long you stay in lane, especially when there's, well, people like Jarvan that can just jump on you, and Leona that you can just jump on you, and Ezreal that can just ult you from afar, and oh my. Ooh, the shield, is actually going to keep her alive? Nope, another mystic shot. Going to follow this up, they're going to be fine. I'm going to see the sheen on Ezreal as well, so he's going to get super strong now. Of course, it's Ezreal's passive that makes it so that you can go for this build. Like, the Triforce gives him a little bit of attack speed, but his passive just gets... Rising Spell Force just gives so much attack speed that you don't really need a lot of attack speed items. Plus, he's a very spell-based champion. So what you got to do, you just have to use your Mystic Shot Swell. You have to position yourself with Arcane Shift. Of course, get your True Shot Barrage across the map when the team needs it. Or, obviously, in a big team fight, what you just do, you just start off by popping True Shot Barrage on a bunch of targets. And what happens is you have a bunch of attack speed. Now we're going to see a fight turn around. Nice Arcane Shift there for Ezreal to position himself for the Mystic Shot. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, don't forget that in team fights, you can actually just use your Essence Flux to just hit your teammates, because it's going to buff your teammates. And it's also going to buff you. You know, they all get 20% attack speed at this level 1 speed. That's for 5 seconds. That's decent. You don't have to even hit your enemies, because if it hits allies, it's just going to buff your attack speed. And you can just... yeah, buff your own attack speed that way in fights. So if you just find yourself in long protected fights, you just remember to use all your spells. Oof, Mystic Shot, quite strong at this point. But remember, you just use all your spells to keep stuff going on. And it seems like an ace in the hole probably killed Corki. Overstayed his welcome. I'm wondering what Corki actually has at this point. He's actually going to kill a lot. He does have Vampiric Scepter and a Triforce. Caitlyn has a Vampiric Scepter, and she seems like she's working towards her Infinity Edge. Caitlyn late game is actually significantly stronger than Corki, but Corki does have a lot of mid-game potential. He's actually, with his Triforce, this is his power spike. He should be actually fighting with his team, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how these big team fights happen. It seems like red teams is just going to try to take this tower down, and there's nobody seems to be there to contest that. The minions are coming in, but Braum will be able to tank this tower for quite a bit before they even manage to do that. Look at him just hitting that tower with the door. That's how you do. So I'm going to have a little bit of action here. Mid lane, Leona and Jarvan thinking of doing something. Top lane tower being, you know, just being pushed. Top lane inner tower being pushed in, but see if they can actually do anything. Nice Mystic Shot hits. Like, see, Mystic Shot doesn't really do that much damage when you think about it, but when you put everything together and you put the amount of times you can actually throw it out there, it actually is significantly more powerful than you might think it is. Jarvan getting caught out a little bit. Leona is here to follow up just in case something happens. There's going to be a sort of a 4 versus 3 here. Corki's not quite in position. He's still last inning. As all this is happening, LeBlanc takes the opportunity to actually kill Rüven top lane. I was quite thinking there was going to be some action here, but people just zoning, trying to get Fiddlesticks this blue, and blue team trying to maybe prevent that, see if they can do anything. Going to use that there. They're going to go for anything here. Blue buff is going to get... oh, man. Blue buff, yeah. Never mind. Wait, did he actually take it? Did he actually get it? No. Fiddlesticks? Okay, where's your blue buff? Alright, Orianna took it. Okay, I was just for a second like, what? What happened? Thought they would have to smite it or something. It's because it was so freaking long. Never mind. Also, we see the Chilling Smite on the Fiddle. You see a lot of Chilling Smite, so it's like, it seems like pretty much Ranger's Trailblazer and Stalker's Blade that are ones that use the most. We don't see a Skirmisher Saber being used quite as much after its nerf. Understandable. Blue Buff's going to take yet another tower, so they're going to have a 3 for 2 tower advantage. Still no dragons for... dragon advantages, however, with the red team, so we're going to see what they can actually do. Anything. Got to be a big engager. Cataclysm on everybody. Crow Storm coming out. They're going to take out the Jarvan. I'm sorry, I was meant to say the dragon advantage actually on the blue team, but never mind that now. Continue the fighting as the Leona is actually going to get mopped up by red team. Now, are they going to be able to continue this? Braum just goes in heavy, stands behind me to get away. They're going to get the Corki as well, and Ezreal going to be forced to run back. He's just trying to do anything he can. Doesn't have his ultimate yet. Tries to use his Q, see if he actually gets the ultimate. Oof, Arcane. Oof, nice flash there to get away from the Braum, or else that would be a dead Ezreal. Using his Mystic Shot. Is it going to pop out his ultimate and hoping to kill this Braum, or what? TP going to come in from LeBlanc. She's going to try to chase these two down. Yeah, it's going to be easy kills, and she should have follow-up. Two-shot barrage misses. Everything misses, but he has an Arcane Shift as well and follows up with a Mystic Shot, so that's going to be a kill. Has his Triforce now as also. Actually, all that stuff does a lot of damage. Rüven's here in position, and she's going to have to be a little bit careful. Got to get herself away just fine. As blue team actually got a little bit of a turnaround there and got a few kills in response on their opponents, so it's actually quite exciting for a game right now. Fairly even. There is a slight kill advantage for blue team and a tower advantage for them as well as a dragon advantage, but red team still like this Riven, despite technically losing away, is actually playing quite well. She actually went for a Quicksilver Sash because she needs to, well, it's actually quite interesting. For one thing, it does give her a lot of magic resist, and she probably just didn't want to go for something. It's 30 magic resist. She probably just didn't want to go for something very heavy like Banshee's Veil, and she wants to focus on what specific CC targets her, like LeBlanc's root. If she gets rooted by LeBlanc, she just wants to say, frick that shit. You know, if her chains hit you, she just wants to say, frick that, and go away. 2 Morellonomicons. You know, whatever. Unique passive, what is that? The stats actually quite powerful, and the 2 stats together basically give her full 40% cooldown next, a lot of ability power and quite a bit of mana regen, so she just can do whatever she wants the entire game, and she seems like she's going to be going for Zonias as well. So this is during bot lane, we see that Braum and Caitlyn just continue farming. Caitlyn's still farming up, has her eye edge now, so she actually slowly but surely getting towards that point in the game where she's really strong. Once she has her static Shiv, she can actually become a really powerful force in fights. Probably going to end up turning that Vampiric Scepter into Bloodthirster. Corki probably has the same idea eventually. Also going, of course, Sorcerer's Shoes, which you kind of do as Corki, like the only AD carry in the game that goes Sorcerer's Shoes because of his capacity to do a lot of magic damage. LeBlanc going to go in on this Riven. She's going to get turned around on. She's not going to have enough. Oof, going to be forced to flash her. A nice fake out there, though, forcing everybody to kind of stop chasing. But it's still managing to survive. Is she going to survive, though? Is there going to be enough coming out here? Corki and Leona coming in position. Not quite sure whether that's enough. Let's see, Ezreal, everybody here now. Seems like blue team is pinging Dragon, though. They're going to want to go for that. LeBlanc is really low, so you have to be a little bit careful. He's just going to pop off his ultimate to kind of say, hey, peeps, back off. Back off. His ultimate is a fairly low cooldown, of course. By using his Mystic Shot, he can get it on an even lower cooldown. So, yeah, easy Dragon here for blue team. They're going to take that second advantage. 15% damage to towers and buildings, and it's the Dragon's Dominance, the 4th, that's really, really powerful. That's really, really important that you got to work for. Like, towers and buildings is actually really strong, obviously, because you can just push stuff down. Towers to level 2 advantage is really powerful, but the 4 one is also really strong because it gives you so much. Crow Storm just hits nothing. As in fact, you see Leona just going straight at it, not even afraid. Now it's going to be 3 versus 2. Are they going to be able to follow this up? Actually, nice Arcane Shield there from Ezreal. Oh, Leona almost blocking it there. Leona barely not managing to block it. This is going to be a nice follow-up as the red team actually manages to take them down. Are they going to be able to push in? Should be finally be able to push in this mid tower, but yeah, nice. Leona was really trying to, LeBlanc, of course, mopping up Orianna because she can. Really nice follow-up, barely not managing to Ezreal almost survived, as unfortunately he and Leona just couldn't manage to get into this position where Ezreal would survive. It was obvious Leona actually managed to get him. Gonna be a root coming down the side. There's Braum just gonna pop his Unbreakable. His ultimate completely misses. He's gonna follow up on this LeBlanc. He's just gonna go in and trying to be aggressive, try to get the kill as LeBlanc actually kills him, but dies to Riven instead. Excuse me if I sound a little nasally. I have a cold. Oh, let's have a sip of water. So let's see, Corkster. Riven at this point, with her time at Quicksilver Sash, she has a pickaxe. She's going to be trying to upgrade this. Time at Braum, standard support stuff, Sightstone, going for Giant's Belt, Ruby Crystal, so he's going for some tanky. do see Athene's and an Illusion Wajrod on Orianna, so I'm wondering whether she's actually going to go Death Cap. She's fairly safe, so she might not actually even be going for Azanya's. And Death Cap would just make her even stronger and more powerful, and really let her use her abilities even better. Makes for really powerful shield, powerful dissonance, powerful all of her abilities. That's one of the things that Orianna is really safe mid in the laning phase, and she brings not only damage and team fight and a really strong team fight ultimate, she actually brings utility to the team because her command protect is actually really strong. Yeah, she only has 1 level of it, but it's still a decent shield, and once she maxes that out and has some AP, the shield is really powerful. So, you know, the utility, even at this point, you know, that tiny shield, that almost 200 extra life is significant. You know, it's a small shield, but it can still matter in a team fight. It can still be the difference between life and death at this point. Seems like actually red team, both the teams are kind of chilling out around Dragon. Jarvan considering engaging there, but just trying to force Riven off. Not sure, like, if blue team is allowed Baron here, I'm sorry, that's going to be pretty hard. Actually going to be an engage as Jarvan just goes into the backline. Glacial Fish are going to try to disengage. Jarvan almost getting killed. Barely does it. Nice shield from Mar to make sure that Ezreal survive. Crows are going to come in and just do as much damage as possible. Forced his Zonias there and actually didn't do as much damage as he would have wanted. Does get the Leona though. They do get the Corki and the LeBlanc as well, and the Jarvan for the double kill for the Fiddlesticks. Mopping up as Ezreal just can't do anything but chill out and try to throw out Mystic shots at this point. They obviously can't take Baron, but they should at least be able to take a tower. Nice team fight there from red team. As Braum, actually Jarvan went in on the entire team, and beautiful thing there, Braum just stood there as a wall to his team, just blocked off everybody. Jarvan by himself in the middle of it all. The entire enemy team was forced to back off as well, and at that point just couldn't do anything, so he just pretty much became useless for the rest of the fight. Braum doing that thing he does so well, being just this super tanky wall, putting on his own breakable, just like rah, and stand behind me. At this point, no, not super strong yet, but you know, it's a little bit of armor, magic resist, always nice bit of good stuff. Stand behind Braum. No, I can't do it right now. Just my voice is so nasally. Oh my god. Man immune, Bloodthirster, Trinity Force on Ezreal, so he's just gonna want to stay super safe in fights and just be like, what's up? I ain't scared, man. You do whatever I want, my friend. Yes, it's just engorged in blood. Yay. So, you know, it's a little bit of extra shield, everything. Every little bit is nice. Let's see more builds. Oh, seems like people are actually gonna go for it. Just gonna do ward a little bit here, and of course Braum with his unbreakable just not gonna do anything. Never mind. Corki, Triforce Bloodthirster as well. Let's look at some other builds. Leona has her locket of the island. So actually going on engage on this Braum. Gonna try to turn around. It was actually trying to go for Leona, but that's not gonna happen. Going in on Braum to actually try to get a little bit closer was nice. Oof, tried to respond there. Jarvan trying to go in there. At this point of the game, it's really anyone's game. I mean, blue team started off a little bit better. Red team has an advantage. LeBlanc actually goes on the right side and assassinates Fiddlesticks. This is the time they're continue fighting. Nice Glacial Fissure there from Braum as he responds flashes to survive. LeBlanc might actually mop some people up. This should actually be a couple of towers. Ezreal missing his Mystic shot. Unfortunately, doesn't have his ultimate, or else that would have been a dead Braum already. They're going to take this tower. One of them are going to push further because Braum is really low. He might actually get caught. No, they're just going to turn around. It seems like they're going to want to go for Baron, take this opportunity to do so. Probably just going to use LeBlanc to zone. She's going to take Ace in the hole in the face, but she's going to be perfectly fine. Riven coming here as well, trying to see what she can do. Does she actually have? She actually does in fact have an Elixir of Wrath. Huh. Interesting. Also an Elixir of Wrath from the Caitlyn. Oh, insta-gibbed. Sorry, Orianna. Come back. Have another day. That's going to be a Baron from blue team. They should just be pushing like crazy. Now going to continue the team fight. Ezreal actually going on this Caitlyn. See the Braum coming in, but he doesn't care. He's just going to throw off all of his stuff. Fiddle in position as well. Jarvan going to go in and engage on. There's going to be Zonia's pop from both sides here as Fiddle gets killed by Corki. Blue team seems to just be taking advantage of this Baron just a little bit better. Braum trying in to save this Riven as they're actually going to kill the Leona in response. Again, getting more kills off. There's going to be exhaust on the Corki. And double kill for Caitlyn as she actually gets those kills off. A little bit too much. Oof. Yet another Baron being killed. Oh boy. That Baron buff being taken down so easily as Blue Team just does not get their organization going. Slightly bad organization there by Blue Team as unfortunately that happens. I think Red Team's actually going to be able to easily take down the starter. Ezreal's just going to try to just pop all his stuff as much as he can. Mystic shots and auto attacks and just keep these people down. Gets the Braum, but is it going to be it? Is he actually going to be able to get any more kills? Does have his Baron buff. Rüven going to go on him really hard. Yep, he's just not going to get him. Not quite enough. Didn't have his flash up. So or heal, so he actually could not survive that as all this is happening. Fiddle's just going to say hi to Dragon. His red team's going to attempt to take this Dragon. This is still anyone's game. Fiddle now going to catch this Caitlyn, and no chance. Actually going for death cap now, so she's really strong. Is she going to actually catch this Rüven? No, that's my catching doesn't catch with that. But no, just going to say, alright, I'm on back off. Never mind this. Blue team's going to group together, and they've all lost their Baron buff, so they actually could not utilize that to push in. Red team didn't get the inhibitor, thanks to Ezreal's efforts. A large in part to Ezreal's efforts anyway, but they're going to be fine. They're actually going to take the enemy blue buff at this point. Give it to Corki, it seems. So the Corki can just throw off all of his stuff. This is going to be the third Dragon. This is going to be the movement speed Dragon. It's not like huge, but you know, every little bit counts. Movement speed is nice. But it's the next one that really makes you a pushing powerhouse. Now, getting all 5 dragons, if the other team has none, that is nuts. The advantage it gives you is just so high. You double all of your dragon advantages, basically, which is a little bit nuts. So you get, you know, you basically all of your attacks burn enemies. Basically, all of your attacks are like, yeah, all of your attacks have an ignite effect. Sort of weaker ignite effect, but it's still nuts. And like you get 12% extra damage, and it's insane. Its 5th dragon buff is insane. So if you have no dragon buffs and the other team has all 5, you're just gonna lose team fights. Like, you'll probably take that over 5 dragons over Baron is insane, right? You'd rather take that, especially, and if you get Baron buff as well, let's not even talk about it. I think at this point in the game, it's pretty much gonna come down to who's gonna win the next team fight. Actually see a black cleaver alongside the Hydra and also a Spectre's Cowl on this Riven. I'm wondering whether she's actually what she's actually going to turn this into. Whether there's probably going to be a maybe Banshee's Veil so she doesn't get gimped. But the only real okay, Corki does mixed damage, Ezreal does mixed damage, LeBlanc does AP, so there's actually quite a bit of different sides of damage on this team. Let's see, Caitlyn has her Bloodthirster now as well. I'm zooming in way too much. Also a locket on Braum. And she actually has a Fear upgrade on her Zerka's Greaves. Okay, nice. Orianna, let's see here, does have her Death Cap and Void Staff, so she can do a bunch of damage as long as the team fights happen. It's just a question of how the team fights happen. Like, red side has like better, like large-scale team fight ultimates, I guess, with the Shockwave, with the Crowstorm. These things are just nuts. And they also have, of course, the Glacial Fissure from Braum. LeBlanc, you're actually getting caught. I'm not exactly sure what she was doing there. Maybe typing to her team or taking a nap, I'm not sure. But these 3 teamfight ultimates is just like, the problem is that blue team actually has a comp, a very mobility heavy comp, which is really, really good against that. There's going to be a fight here. Glacier Official trying to come out to try to disengage on that. Ooh, gonna be seeing that. Oof, nice Zonya's there, but not gonna keep him alive as Fiddlesticks actually dies. Doesn't get too many people inside of his Crowstorm. Ooh, my mouse just went insane. Sorry about that. And the fights just keep on fighting. As there's going to be a double kill for Ezreal. What even happened there? Excuse me as I figure that out. Okay. Right. Caitlyn just going on this Corki's going to be forced back, going to get exhausted. Caitlyn actually going to get the Jarvan, but in response to Blonkers, you're going to get killed off. Double kill, meanwhile, for Ezreal. I didn't even not sure what happened. Honestly, rewinding there just really didn't made me none the wiser. As this whole stuff is just whole lots of insane. Okay, so Ezreal has his last boost as well. Actually went for Ionian boots. Is that kind of what you? It's kind of what you do when you're going for this build because it's just so good. Gonna pop his ultimate off. You're gonna go on this Braum. Solar Flare gonna kill him. She's gonna die in response from the Windblade. But is it gonna be enough? Oof! Caitlyn, so much damage in Riven. Oof! Yikes! What I was saying is that Blue team, what they have against the blue, like red team has better team fights. They have Braum's Glacial Fissure, Orianna's Command Shockwave, Fiddlesticks' Crowstorm. So they have a bit of a wombo combo going on if they try. But the thing is, Ezreal has Arcane Shift, Corki has Valkyrie, Jarvan has his Dragon Strike Demoshian standard thing. Leona has Leona doesn't. She has more of an engage, but she can still use Zenith Blade to actually go on people. And LeBlanc has Distortion. So everybody on blue side has a mobility ability. Everybody. And yeah, the gold is even, the towers are very even. Blue team does have a dragon advantage, so that gives them a slight edge in team fights, especially protracted long-term team fights. But that remains the case, is that okay, wow, she has gotten herself a Elixir Iron, so she can, I want to be giant. I want to be giant. Does it sound better when I have a cold, when I speak with that kind of accent? I'm not too sure. You're gonna be engaged on, has to be turned around. Also has a little face of the mountain. Probably be seeing the same from the opposite side. Pretty much almost the exact same builds on both sides. Seems like they're gonna be going for Rando and Zonans as well. Trying to engage on here, gonna get a kill. That's gonna be bad pick for red team as Caitlyn gets caught off. Crowstorm coming on trying to kill this Fiddlesticks, not enough. As Corki just says, go away. Or, you know, he doesn't actually have that accent, but whatever. Double kill for Ezreal. He just utilizes his mobility to stay all around the fight. You don't even see him, right? You don't even see the damage that he outputs. But he just stays in the fight and just kills people. Triple kill on the Ezreal here. As he just gets all the kills on the planet. He and Corki are just mopping stuff up here. Just a bunch of damage, sustained damage in fights. And at this point, I do think that they should actually be able to get the game and get the Nexus here, as pretty much everybody but Riven is dead. On the opposite side, Jarvan just going to go in on her. From doing anything, and she's just gonna try to get the focus on her, but the enemy team is always gonna have somebody focusing the Nexus, and at this point I don't think anything's gonna happen. Shut down. Ezra just getting a bunch more kills, and that's gonna be a win for blue side. As I gotta say, yeah, that's kind of what happened. Good gameplay from both sides, but it's just that blue team just had a lot more mobility and they played well. Like Ezreal was always staying safe in fights, always arcane shifting all over the place, mystic shotting and just getting a little bit of damage here and there. LeBlanc was picking her targets, and Leona and Jarvan made sure that their team stayed safe. So when you have guys like Jarvan IV and Leona on their team, both with powerful engages, really tanky, and can just stay on targets for a long time and make sure that the enemy team can't do much, that's just going to happen. You're going to keep your carries safe. And all the mobility definitely helps. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out some of my other commentaries. I'll try to continue making videos. I have more videos overall in the works. So you'll see those as they come out. I had a bit of vacation, but now I'm full force right back into it. So see you in the next video. GG guys, RanchingNet. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.